Vorn collects Voice of Hunger. You can so easily cast this on like turn 4. It's so easy. So I'm really glad that this thing is a game changer. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry. They took this thing off the game changer list? Oh my god, this update's terrible! Are we ready for the game changer tier list? So, might be wondering how I'm actually ranking these. I would say the best game changer, generally for your decks, is one that you can slot in any deck. You know, if you're in bracket 3, you only have 3 slots for these powerful cards. You want to make sure every slot counts. You don't want to spend a slot on a weird card that kind of doesn't do a whole lot for your deck. You know, you don't want to play a Mishra's Workshop in your non-artifact deck. That's pretty cringe. So first up, we have 5 tiers here. First up, we have Cream of the Crop. It's the best in class. There is no deck you can possibly think of where you wouldn't want to play one of these game changers. There's no like restriction for it. You can play it in pretty much any deck and it'll do work. Next up, we have Prize Pig. Prize Pig tier is Cream of the Crop at worse. If I'm being honest, this actual tier might get cut off later. It's hard to imagine that there's some game changers that are the best in class, and then there are ones that are slightly worse, but we'll see what happens. And next up, we have Bracket Banishment. Because of the rules of some commander brackets, running some of these game changers in your deck immediately makes it not valid for bracket 3. Like, what is it? Food Chain. You know, if you're playing, you know, Food Chain combo, and you're trying to combo off on turn 4 in bracket 3, Food Chain as a card itself is banished to bracket 4. Or your deck, rather, is banished to bracket 4 if you run that card. Or something like that. Next up, we have Ripples of Potential. This game changer, it's probably only good in specific niche decks. It's a pretty niche game changer that you would need a pretty good reason to actually put in your deck. And finally, we have Bad Deal. Why on earth would you ever play this game changer when this other, better game changer exists? Don't play these. Ever. You have better options. Now, I would say, with that out of the way, let's get on a tier list here. But I can't do that. Because literally, like, a day or two after I scheduled the stream, Gavin Verhey came out and decided to take off, like, 10 cards from the game changer list. So now, there's not 5 tiers, but there's actually 6 tiers. We have Freedom tier. Unbound from their game changer shackles, these cards are now free to roam this earth and cause chaos within bracket 1 and 2 games. Surely, there will be no disastrous consequences for these decisions. With that out of the way, our first card, chat. Mana Vault. You know Mana Vault, right? 1 mana artifact. Mana Vault doesn't untap during your untap step. Beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 4 mana. If you do, untap this artifact. Beginning of your draw step, if this artifact is tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. Tap, add 3 colorless mana. Mana Vault is pretty much just a dark ritual, to be honest. It nets you 2 if you want to tap it the turn you cast it. But if you want to wait a turn, it nets you 1 more mana because you'll be up to 1 mana you spent to cast this on your next turn. I really can't imagine you ever wanting to play this in a bracket 3 deck when you have options like the One Ring available to you. I guess if you're like really desperate to get an actual strong playoff early, but okay, I guess, but like, is that really that good? Like, if you're in black, it's a second copy of Dark Ritual. If you're not, it's your only copy of Dark Ritual. It's fast mana. What am I gonna say? Prize Pig tier. Next up, chat, Teferi's Protection. The best fog in the game. Now, chat, call me crazy. I actually think Teferi's Pro is super overrated. Am I washed for that? Am I washed for thinking Teferi's Pro is bad? Not bad, but just like not as good as people say it is. 2 and a white for an instant. 3 mana. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Exile this card. So it's a fog that lasts an entire turn cycle. You gain protection from everything. Your life total can't change, and then your whole board essentially is treated as though it doesn't exist. So it can be, you know, a board save, a fog. It's a way to protect your stuff for an entire turn cycle. I think the thing that really makes me not like it is the 3 mana cost. Like, am I spending a game changer slot on a fog, a super fog, or I guess like a fog and board protection staple together? Like, I know it lasts more than one turn, I get that. It lasts a whole turn cycle, that's cool and all, but like, I don't think this effect is worth it for 3 mana. I know if I leave this in the video, I'm gonna get so many hate comments telling me that I'm washed. 3 mana for this is just like too much to me. I can't see it. I just can't, bro. Chat seems to be leaning towards cream of the crop. Am I really spending a game changer slot on a super fog, bro? I can't, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. No. I cannot put this in cream of the crop. Hell no. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. No. Illusion of Choice mentioned. Consecrated Sphinx. 4 blue, 6 mana for a 4/6 flying Sphinx creature. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2 cards. So 1 turn cycle, like that's it. No other like card draw effects. Sphinx will net you 6 cards on a 4/6 flying body. 6 mana, ew. In mono blue, 100%, totally, I agree with you. I think on average, this thing will draw more cards than a Ristic Study. Whenever an opponent draws 1 card, you draw 2? Hello? That's kind of nuts, bro. Chat is saying prize pig tier. I will say, if your deck is kind of slow, it can be hard to actually stick Consecrated Sphinx onto the field. You're in mono blue. It's pretty hard to safely cast this. I think there are some decks where it can be kind of hard to actually make this thing stick. So for that reason, I'll put it in prize pig tier. Gifts Ungiven. Recently unbanned and put on the game changer list. 3 in a blue, 4 mana instant. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest into your hand. Then shuffle. The instant speed makes this thing really strong. If it was sorcery speed, it'd be like just really good. I think the instant speed is what really puts it over the top. This card's very strong. I don't think it's the way to say that. It tutors for it is 2 entombs and 2 demonic tutors stapled together on 1 instant speed 4-drop. It is so good, and also somehow it's only $6, and the signature spellbook one is 3? What is going on here? Why is it not more expensive? Chat is saying cream of the crop. I think I agree, honestly. Oh no, your opponent chooses 2 cards, so you get the worst 2 cards of those? Oh no. Surely there's no way to play around this. Cream of the crop tier. If you're in blue, you can pretty safely just throw us in there and it'll do work. Imperial Seal. Come on now, you know this card. You know what this card does. 1 black mana sorcery. Search your library for a card and shuffle and put that card on top. You lose 2 life. Strictly worse. Vampiric Tutor. Vampiric Tutor is an instant and not a sorcery at half the price. This is 60. Imperial Seal is almost 130. This thing is pretty much only played in CDH and higher. You're not running like the only reason you'd ever play Imperial Seal in bracket 3, I think, is if you're in like some kind of like super heavy combo deck, but hey, guess what? In bracket 3, you're not supposed to combo off early. So just play a slightly less efficient tutor and save yourself the game changer slot. Is Imperial Seal bracket banishment tier? Matter of fact, you know what? While we're here, just put Vampiric Tutor in like next to Imperial Seal. We'll do them both at the same time. There's no reason not to. Because like they are the same card. Vampiric Tutor is just better. And I really can't imagine any bracket 3 deck needing both of these effects. There's no way, dude. So you know what? I'll do this. Because bracket 3 specifies you are not supposed to combo off between turns 1 through 6. And Imperial Seal is pretty much only played in super competitive, like combo-centric decks that are trying to combo off as fast as possible. I'm gonna say Imperial Seal gets placed in bracket banishment tier. Banished. And Vampiric Tutor, come on now. It is literally like the best black tutor in the game besides maybe Demonic Tutor. Cream of the crop. Next up, chat, Chrome Mox. 0 mana artifact, imprint. When this artifact enters, you may exile a non-artifact, non-land card from your hand. Tap, add 1 mana of any of the exile card's colors. It's a Mox. It is absolutely the best of the modern day Moxes. The only restriction is you need to exile a non-artifact, non-land card from your hand, which I'm pretty sure every deck has, minus, like, colorless decks. Like, if you're not playing Kozilek, you can run this. But I question if you would really run this in a bracket 3 deck over the insane value engines you can have, like Rhystic Study, Psych Rift, Necropotence. Chat, the thing is, Moxes are really good early game, but fall off super hard late game. They're kind of just land drops beyond turn 4 most of the time. Like, I don't think there's any deck I have right now where I would replace a game changer I have in it right now with a Chrome Mox. I really can't think of one. Like, it's a strong card for sure, 100%, no doubt about it. But, like, bro, am I really gonna run a Chrome Mox in my bracket 3 deck over any of these cards? There's no way, right? Like, yes, it's insane in turns 1 to 3, but if I top deck it in turn 6, I'm, like, super upset, right? What is chat saying? Chat is saying cream of the crop tier. Well, guess what? Illusion of Choice. Again, look, it's a very strong card. When you have no limit on game changers, yeah, 100% run it. But in bracket 3, where you only have so many slots, there's no way you choose this first. I think this is super low on the list. Oh, this one's funny. Oh, this one's funny. Next up, chat, Ad Nauseum. 3 black, 5 mana instant. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. You may repeat this process any number of times. The best card draw spell in the game, but your deck does have to be very, very highly, extremely, complicatedly built around this card. If you're a CDH player, you know how ridiculous this card is. On your end step, draw 30. On your end step, pay 5, draw 30 cards. That's what this card says. It is insane, dude. But bad for bracket 3? Think I agree. I'm not sure if you even can run this fairly in a bracket 3 deck. I don't know what you would do. Are you playing like Luris 2-drop Tribal or 2-drop Kindred, and you run this because it actually works in that deck? It's better than Gifts Ungiven. In bracket 3, I'm not sure about that. That's a hot take. I don't need to build around gifts. I do need to build around this. In bracket 3, flip 2 6-drops. Cool, take 12. Flip my Eldrazi. Oh, take 10. Ad Nauseum, Ripples tier. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Next up, chat, Sway of the Stars. 8 blue, 10 mana for a sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand, graveyard, and all permanents they own into their library. Then draw 7 cards. Each player's life total becomes 7. Worldfire in blue, and infinitely worse. But hey, I guess Gavin Verhey realized that, because it came off the game changer list, baby. Freedom tier. Have fun in brackets 1 and 2, Sway of the Stars. Free from your shackles at last. You have been granted parole. Next up, chat, Aura Shards. 1 green, white, 3 mana for an enchantment. Whenever a creature you control enters, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. I hate this card so much. Bro, the moment this thing comes down, I'm like, alright, guys, we gotta kill this thing, or all of our mana rocks are gonna be gone. Like, dude, this card will blow up so many things. It just blows up mana rocks, Rhystic Studies. Oh, you're playing Enchantress? Not anymore, you're not. I play Avenger of Zendikar. Your whole board is gone. Chat is saying Ripples, but there's no way, bro. What? Like, bro, if you're in green white, you play this. Like, dude, I think this card is better than, like, Sphinx, Gifts, maybe even Vampiric Tutor. Oh, yeah, all those mana rocks you played, they're gone now. I just play creatures now and just blow up your ramp. I blow up your ramp. I blow up your value engines. It's all gone now. It is insane, dude. The card is so nuts. I'm saying cream of the crop tier. Next up, chat, Mishra's Workshop. A land. Uh-oh. Tap. Add 3 colorless mana. But you can spend this mana only to cast artifact spells. Not that activate abilities of artifacts. Only cast. Like, honestly, even in artifact decks, it can be kind of hard to make this card good. Like, if you're playing Brea, you can't use this to actually cast Brea. You can't use this on Brea's abilities. You can only use it to cast artifact spells. I mean, you can power out a God Pharaoh statue, I guess. In an artifact deck, it's good. But otherwise, Ripple's a potential tier. Alright, chat. Demonic Tutor. 1 black sorcery. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand. And then shuffle. If I'm being honest, I probably should have made a poll for this one. I should have saved the time. In what world is this not giving me the crop tier? It's 2 mana. Grab any card you want. Sorcery is its only downside. Real. It's the best tutor. Next up, chat. The infamous Urza Lord High Artificer. 2 blue for a 1/4 legendary human artificer creature. When Urza enters, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this token, gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Tap and untap artifact you control. Add blue. Pay 5 to make mana. Shuffle your library. And then exile top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. This card is very strong. It's insane in the command zone. Bro, who is calling me, bro? Hello? Oh, what's that? Urza came off the game changer list? Are you sure? Are you sure? Legends that are just powerful commanders. The easiest thing to opt out of is someone's commander. If someone says, I want to play Yuriko, you know exactly what that means, and it's easy to prompt a conversation. If something is also wildly powerful in 9/9 or simply unfun all around, we're fine leaving it on the list. But power alone isn't a reason to list it as a game changer. We think Urza is only strong in the command zone. We don't think Urza would be cracked as hell in a Brea deck. We don't think Urza would go nuts in a Brutaclad deck. Are we dead ass? Gavin? Hello? I guess I'll trust you. Urza got parole, I guess. Next up, chat. Grand Arbiter Augustin the 4th. 2 white blue. 4 mana for a 2/3 Human Advisor, legendary creature. White spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast. Well, you heard Gavin. Game changers that are just strong in the command zone are coming off. So, I'm not sure I'm happy about it. But Grand Arbiter Augustin, you have been granted parole. What's that? I'm sorry. Grand Arbiter Augustin has not been granted parole? We freed Urza because we think he is only strong in the command zone and not good in the 99. But we didn't free Grand Arbiter Augustin because we think he's actually strong in the 99, unlike Urza. Oh my god, this update's horrible. What? Bro, how do we think Urza is fine in the 99, but Grand Arbiter is not? Bro, nobody plays this guy in the 99. Who was playing Grand Arbiter in a 99, bro? Sure, I guess. I guess I'll poll him. Chat is saying Ripple's in bad deal. I mean, you gotta be in blue-white to play him. He's a big tempo swing if he sticks. I actually don't know where I put him. I feel like I've never seen anyone run Grand Arbiter in the 99. I'll put it at the top of Ripple's potential, I guess. I've never ran this guy in my 99, but maybe I gotta find a chance to do so. Very strange. Next up, chat, Deflecting Swat. This card's very strong. Free interaction is always good. Most of the time it serves as just a free cast spell for your commander. You know, someone tries to kill your most important card in your deck, your commander. You say, hey, not only am I gonna essentially counter it, I'm also going to turn your removal against you and kill your commander with a card you spent for 0 mana, with the only restriction being I need to have my commander on the field. This is a very strong card, and I can see why it's a game changer. It is the closest thing Red probably has to a free counterspell, so it makes a lot of sense that it is on the game changer list. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry. They actually removed this from the game changer list? We would like to remove deflecting SWAT. Oh my god, this update's horrible. What? Is force of will still a game changer? It is, right? Am I crazy? Yep, it is on the game changer list. Okay, is fierce guardianship still a game changer? Fierce guard. Yep, 11k subs, can't spell. Yep, that one's a game changer too. Okay, what? Like, I'm not crazy, right? Fierce guardianship is almost always used to just protect your own cards, right? You never use it to actually stop your opponent's threat. It is almost always used to just protect your commander, right? I'm not insane. Okay, I guess. Yep, deflecting SWAT. You've been granted parole, but I'm not happy about it. Next up, chat, Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow. 1 blue, black, gray, 1/3. Legendary human ninja creature with commander ninjutsu. For a blue and a black, you can return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand and put this card onto the battlefield from your hand or the command zone. Tap and attacking. Whenever a ninja you control deals damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to... Bro, who is calling me? Hello? Oh, what's that? Yuriko got parole? Can't wait to lose 1 million life in bracket 2 because my opponent decided to flash in a Yuriko for 2 mana. Yuriko, you're free to go, but I ain't happy about it. Next up, chat, Smothering Tide for 3 and a white, 4 mana for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2 mana. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. This is probably white's best game changer, right? Like, this thing's insane. It's not even like any card they draw beyond the first. It's just draw a card in general. If they don't pay 2, you get treasure. Card is insane. Chat is saying cream of the crop. I think I agree. It is white's best ramp spell. That's also a stax piece, except not really, because ain't no way in hell anyone is paying 2 mana to prevent your opponent from getting a treasure. There's no way. Also just goes even more insane in Enchantress decks. It's even stronger there. Just an amazing card all around. If you're in white, there's a really good chance that this thing is probably one of the first cards you include as your game changers. Narset, Parter of Veils. 1 blue, 3 mana for a loyalty 5 planeswalker Narset. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. -2. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Bro, I'm gonna be so real. So, you know what? Since we're here, we might as well do all these at once. These 3 cards all kind of fill the same role of punishing your opponents for drawing cards. Let's compare them. Narset, 3 mana, sorcery speed, loyalty 5 planeswalker with no plus. Yes, I know you can proliferate her, but oh no. Wow. Proliferate her to give her 1 extra point of damage needed to die. Wow. But notably, she herself is a pretty decent card draw spell. You get to essentially impulse the card Impulse for a non-creature, non-land card twice over the course of 2 turns, assuming she survives that long. Which, by the way, she's a planeswalker. She -2s immediately, and all it takes is 3 damage to kill her. So removing her is very easy, unless your opponent is playing like Planeswalker Kindred and is just casting a Wrath every turn. Turn 1, I cast her, I Damnation. Next turn, Wrath of God. It's very easy to get her off the field, I think, if your opponent isn't super hard built on trying to protect her. Next is Orcish Bowmasters, 1 black, 2 mana flash. When Orcish Bowmasters enters, and whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, this creature deals 1 damage to any target and then amass Orcs 1. Meaning you get a Orc army and put a +1/+1 counter on it. So less mana, instant speed, can just ping your opponents or their board to death, and then they get a pretty just big vanilla creature off your opponent's drawing cards. And then there's Notion Thief, 2 blue black, 4 mana with flash. If an opponent would draw a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, instead that player skips that draw and you draw a card. Notably, these two are creatures. Narset is not. Of course, the big thing that everybody points out with these cards is if your opponent ever casts a wheel effect, that is to say a card that makes everyone discard their hand and draw out many, you just lose because everyone discards their hand and the person who casts the wheel has a full grip of 7 cards. So Notion Thief, nobody has a hand and the person who wheeled has drawn 28 cards. The game is over. Bowmasters, they still draw cards, but Bowmasters can deal roughly 20 damage to someone's face, and then they get a 21/21 vanilla token to beat their face with. Narset, again, the game is over, but if you want to cast Narset and wheel in the same turn, that's probably 6 mana. With all these other cards, you can spend mana on their turn, untap, and then wheel. So with Narset, you need 6 mana on the same turn, versus with Bowmasters or Notion Thief, it's like 4 on their turn and then 3 on your turn. Like, dude, I used to run Narset just as like a solid card draw spell. I really did not care about this at all. I would run her just as like a decent card draw spell where I would just get to look at top 4 and grab a decent spell among the top 4 over the course of 2 turns. Like, I really don't think Narset is on the same tier as Bowmasters and Notion Thief, dude. I really don't. I just don't see it. These have flash. Narset does not. Narset can literally be attacked to be killed. These two cannot. I don't play her now. Narset as a game changer does not feel worth it in my opinion. Bad deal tier. As for Notion Thief and Bowmasters, I think Bowmasters and Notion Thief, of course, they do go insane with wheels, but if you're not playing them, they're just like solid Hatebears, I guess. Prize Pig tier. I'm gonna pay 5 mana and draw 12 cards off my Gulta Primal Hunger. Wrong! The Bowmasters are coming. You know what? I'm convinced. Cream of the crop tier. I love creaming. Next up, chat. Fierce Guardianship. Come on. I don't gotta pull this, right? This is cream tier. It's literally a free counterspell where the only restriction is having your commander out. Wow. I guess you can't run it if you're playing Toxrill. I guess. Like, this thing is... Dude, this thing's so annoying. This thing is so stupid. Chat is overwhelmingly saying cream tier. I agree. Opposition Agent, 2 and a black. 3 mana for a 3/2 human rogue creature. With flash. Sneak attack, hey. You control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and you may spend mana as though a mana of any card to cast them. That's an interesting card. I don't think I've ever seen or played against it. Well, how lucky you are, because this thing sucks to play against. Oh yeah, I'm gonna crack a fetch land. Actually, no, you're not. That face when I can't search removal for Opposition Agent. Chat seems to be leaning towards Prize Pig for Op Agent. I think I agree. Like, it's a fun Hatebear to have in your deck. It's super evil to run. Haha, yes, I will cast a Entwined Tooth and Nail. No, you're not. Op Agent is an op of all green players. It just convinces players that Tutors shouldn't be played even harder. Hey, that's actually a good case running it though. If you really hate Tutors in your commander games, run this. I think Prize Pig tier is a good place for it. Definitely probably not one of your first choices for game changers. Next up, chat, Expropriate. Now chat, once upon a time, the commander format panel believed that blue was not allowed to play actual finishers. You wanna play a finisher in your blue deck? Well, you better get ready to pay 8 mana to hardcast Lorthos the Tidemaker. But now, blue players have been freed from their game-changing shackles, and Expropriate has been granted parole. Freedom tier. Dude, I'm gonna be so honest, I really don't understand why this thing's ever a game changer. I've had this thing cast against me maybe 10 times back in like 2018 era Commander. It won the game like maybe once. This card does not win games. If you copy it, sure, but I mean, good luck spending 9 mana and then 2 to cast Twin Cast, 11 mana. It's not that strong. This thing does not win games. It'll like give you a good push in that direction, but it won't win the game by itself. Vorn collects Voice of Hunger. 6 green, 8 mana for a 7/6 Tramplay Phyrexian Praetor creature, legendary. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. This thing's insane. So, mana doublers in green are usually on enchantments, which green can't really actually tutor for consistently. You know, a lot of the good green tutors search for creatures. You know, Chord of Calling is probably one of the most well-known ones beyond Worldly Tutor. So having a mana doubler you can search for off of a creature tutor is insane. It's very strong. And not only that, it also essentially cuts your opponent's mana production in half, as it makes it so our lands don't untap if they tap them. So not only is this a mana doubler, it's also like a mana quadrupler in terms of tempo, because your opponent's mana is cut in half and yours is doubled. So it's super understandable that this thing is a game changer, especially considering the fact that you're in green. You can so easily cast this on like turn 4. It's so easy. So I'm really glad that this thing is a game changer. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry. They took this thing off the game changer list. We went back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get this thing off the game changer list. Oh my god, this update's terrible! What are we doing? Okay, look, I understand, alright? They said, what is it? If you're spending tons of mana on something in Commander, it's going to be strong. We want to keep the focus on cards that can change the game in the earlier turns, where it can be most frustrating to have somebody run away with the game before people have been able to develop. Okay, chat, let's do this together. Turn 1, Forest, Llanowar Elves, pass. Turn 2, Land Drop, Cultivate, pass. Turn 3, the land drop return. I have 5 mana. Cast a Sky Shroud Claim. I now have 7 mana. Turn 4, I play a land drop and cast Vorinclex. That is not Christmas Land. That's very easy. That's extremely easy. If you're not getting that easily in your green decks, you're building green wrong. It is so easy to cast Sky on turn 4. It's so easy. He's insane. Vorinclex, you've been granted parole, and all the world shall suffer for this decision. Green needs it. Next up, chat, gamble. Let's go gambling! 1 red mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a card and put that card into your hand. Discard a card at random and then shuffle. It's a tutor. If you're in mono red, you play this. If you're in black red, you play this. If you're in Grixis, you might still play this. If you're in Naya, you might play this. If you're in black, you have Vamp Tutor and Demonic Tutor. If you're in Teamer and you gotta grab enchantments, might be good. This is not cream of the crop tier. Or maybe it is actually. Because I mean, like, if you're in mono red, you play this. Then again, you play any. Okay, if you're in mono red, you play this because there's no other choices. So, like, that's not really a fair comparison. There is a chance you discard a card to tutor for too. That is true. I'll say prize pig tier. You play it in mono red. You maybe play it in like Boros or Gruul. I think once you add black, this becomes obsolete pretty much. Crop rotation. 1 green mana for an instant. As an extra cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a land. Search your library for a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Now, chat. Notably, a lot of the best lands are already on the Game Changer list. Glacial Chasm, Field of the Dead, Gaia's Cradle, Ancient Tomb, Mishra's Workshop. So there are a lot of cases where you kind of get double whammied for wanting to run crop rotation and good lands. So if you're not grabbing a game changer land with this card, what are you grabbing? Like, bro, you could play this or just play Sylvan Scrying to not cost a game changer slot. Demonic Tutor for lands and save yourself the game changer slot, right? Like, I feel like this thing encompasses bad deal tier. Am I right? Why are you willingly choosing to double whammy yourself when you just play a slightly less efficient land tutor and not cost yourself the game changer slot? And also, like, if you use Sylvan Scrying, you can also just play the land for turn, so you're only down 1 mana per turn. Like, the difference between this card and crop rotation, I don't think is that big. I guess it's an instant, but I don't think that does anything. At instant speed, I grab Field of Dead. Oh, I make a 2/2 zombie on your turn. Oh. I'll say Ripples. If you're like hard bet on having to get one specific land, I guess then maybe it's worth it. I guess. Next up, chat, Worldly Tutor. 1 green mana for an instant. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, then shuffle and put the card on top. And that's it. Vampiric Tutor for only creatures. How many green tutors do we have that search for creatures to field? Birthing Pod, Court of Calling, Defense of the Heart, not a game changer by the way. Eldritch Evolution, Fanatic Devastation, Green Sun Zenith, Nature's Rhythm, Tooth and Nail, the finisher, Tooth and Nail. There's so many just efficient green tutors that the gap between this one and like Court of Calling is not that big. It's only 1 pip. I mean, sure, but like it goes on top, not to the field directly. Like there's so many just like nearly as efficient tutors in green that I would much rather save the game changer slot point and spend it on other cards. Ripples tier. Food Chain. Tuna green for an enchantment. Exile a creature you control. Add X mana of any one color, where X is 1 plus the exile creature's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. And notably, Food Chain has been granted parole, but like if you're comboing off with Food Chain in bracket 1 and 2, is your deck still a bracket 1 and 2 deck? Like, I feel like any deck that's trying to combo off a Food Chain is inherently not bracket 1 and 2. So, bracket banishment? But bounce man! But bounce man! You can play it fairly now! Yeah. Okay. I love free interaction! I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Force of Will. 3 blue. 5 mana for an instant, but you know dang well it's a lie. Trickery. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand, rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. This costs something compared to Fierce. True, you do need to have blue cards to exile to it, which can be hard in decks running 3, 4, 5 colors. It can be hard to actually consistently have enough blue cards to actually pitch to the Force of Will. And my chat, thankfully, recognizes that, because they are saying prize pig. And they're right. You can't run it in every blue deck. A, sometimes you'll want the actual card advantage engines rather than the free interaction. And 2, if you're in 4 or 5 color, running these is actually kind of hard, believe it or not. Mystical Tutor, chat. 1 blue mana for an instant. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card. Reveal it, then shuffle, and put that card on top. So, we think Worldly and Enlightened are in Ripples. We think Gamble is in Prize Pig. We think Vampiric is in Cream. We love creaming here. How do we feel about Mystical? Chat is saying Ripples again. That is that's wild to me. But you know what? We do have Solve the Equation, which is a very, very comparable tutor. There's also, Merchant Scroll. Search for a blue instant card, put it into your hand, shuffle. There's also Spell Seeker, also not a game changer. Fine, I could see it. I'll put it in Ripples. I'll put it above Adnause. That is kind of wild to me that we think these 3 are all in Ripples tier. That's kind of nuts to me, but Panoptic Mirror, 5 mana for an artifact with imprint X and tap. You may exile an instant or sorcery card with mana value X from your hand. Beginning your upkeep, you may copy a card, exile with this artifact. If you do, you may cast a copy without paying its mana costs. The infamous combo is you exile Time Warp under this thing, and then you infinite turns. One small problem. It's 10 mana, and you have to go a whole turn cycle for that to actually work. So we'll free Vorinclex. We'll free Vorinclex, no problem. But Panoptic Mirror, whoa, hey now. That's a big demand right there. Let's calm down a moment here. That's a little scary. Use it as a value engine instead and won't get blown up. Bro, I just want to imprint a cruel ultimatum on this. Please. Please, bro. I just want to make you sacrifice a creature, discard 3 cards, lose 5 life, and have me return a creature card from my graveyard to my hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life every turn. That's all I want to do. Chat saying prize pig, you're wrong. Bad deal tier. Just wait for it to get ungame changered. Wait for it to be granted parole, please. Natural order, another green tutor. Green card mentioned. 2 green for a sorcery. As an extra cost to cast natural order, sacrifice a green creature. Yo, my mana dork has to be killed? Search your library for a green creature card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. I have a proposition for you all, okay? We homebrew this, we homebrew a lot of this to make it not be a game changer if, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice loot, okay? Bro, we can totally ungame changer this if, as an extra cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a beast noble creature. Let me kill loot to go and grab a green creature. Let me kill loot to go and grab Vorinclex. It's not a game changer after all. It's fine. Survival of the fittest. 1 and a green for an enchantment. Pay a green. Discard a creature card. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal that card. Put it into your hand and shuffle. This card's insane. Yeah, I agree. Every creature card in your hand now has Changeling for other creature cards in your deck at a simple, reasonable cost of 1 extra green mana. It's insane. Of course you play this. What? Drannith Magistrate. 1 and a white for a 1/3 human wizard creature. Your opponents can't cast their commanders. I mean. Turn 2, deny your opponents the best cards in their deck? Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Also makes the entire table hate you. How strange. Also does shut off those pesky food chain combos. I guess a chat saying cream tier. I think I agree, actually. I feel like most of the time you want your game changers to be like good value engines or tutors, and not stax pieces. I'm gonna say prize pig tier. Jin Gataxia's Core Augur again has been granted parole. 8 blue, 10 mana flash for Phyrexian Praetor. On your end step, you draw 7 cards. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. Blue players are actually allowed to play win cons again, thank God. 10 mana flash. Has to go a whole turn cycle to make everyone discard their hands. You're free to go, Jin. Next up, chat, Necropotence. Triple black for an enchantment. Skip your draw step. Whenever you discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard. Pay 1 life. Exile a top card of the library face down. And put that card into your hand at the beginning of your next end step. The best card draw spell in black. You do have to skip your draw step. Oh god. Oh no. What a shame when I can pay 10 life to draw 10 cards. Woof. I personally play it in my Nekusar Lich deck. Oh, cream of the crop tier. Come on now. It is the best card draw spell in your deck. You know what? I'm not even gonna pull this. Look, cream tier. Apparently, they actually are questioning if they're banning this. There are 4 main things today. The first is Ristic Study. This is a very iconic commander card. Do You Pay the One is baked into so many references around the format. It's one of the most snowbally card advantage engines in all Commander. In many casual games where it's played, let the Ristic player run with the game as people just cast spells into it. At higher bracket play, like CEDH, it causes huge issues. However, as far as we can tell, it's loved by many. Source? Is Commander more fun with Ristic Study in it? Is there a world where it moves from being a game changer to being banned? To be clear, our current thinking around this leans towards no, as it's just so iconic for a casual commander. But if you have thoughts, we'd love to hear from you. I've said before on the channel in a not great video that the issue with Ristic Study is that players are bad. Like, this thing should ideally never draw cards if commander players were actually responsible and just paid the one, but they don't do that because we, as human beings, are inherently selfish creatures and we don't want to pay taxes. So as a result, this card actually says 3 mana, you win the game. Cream of the crop tier. Turgid, God of Fright. 3 black, gray, 4/5 menace, legendary god creature. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And the backside is a lantern. Don't cast this. Now, I'm not sure I agree with this, but they did say that they are ungame changing all cards that are game changers just because they are powerful as commanders. So, if you've played against Turgid, you know this is a very unfun card to play against. The dynamic of a game with Turgid in it is very, like, flip-floppy. It's either the Turgid player wins the game off of a simple edict, like, just like a, I don't know, an innocent blood or something, or the Turgid player just never gets to play the game ever. But hey, they did say they are ungame changing all commanders that are just strong in command zone. As much as I may not like it, you have been granted Oh, what's that? I'm sorry, Turgid is still a game changer? No, they said that they're unbanning or ungame changing cards that are just good because they're strong in command zone. I mean, if they ungame changed Urza, what, they totally did it to Turgid too, right? I mean, it would say Gavin, I love you, bro, but what are we doing? What are we doing? In what world do we take Urza and Vorinclex off to game changer list, but not Turgid? Like, no one plays her in the 99, bro. She's only played as a commander. Did they just forget she's on here? No, she's still on here. Wait, okay, Turgid, I guess you haven't been granted freedom tier. Bad deal, because you're not playing her in the 99 ever. You're playing her as a commander and then running Vamp Tutor and Demonic Tutor. Wow. Or maybe Necropotence. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Legendary land. All creatures have, at beginning your upkeep, destroy this creature unless you pay 1. Does not produce mana at all. Notably, if you want to fetch this with your crop rotation, that's 2 game changer slots. I don't know who was playing this in bracket 3. Who was playing a land stax piece in bracket 3? Are you evil, bro? Are you evil? Oh, what? Worldly Tutor and crop rotation were enough? No? You had to run Tabernacle to stack us on a land? Really? If you want a fetchable stax piece on a land, I guess it's good, but I don't know who's playing that, so Ripples tier. The One Ring is instant cream. Why would you not play this? Gives you a super fog for an entire turn. It's colorless. It's colorless for some reason. I don't know why. They should just ban it, dude. Like this, I think this thing is too generically good. The fact that any deck can play it is just not okay, dude. It's not. It's really not. Cream tier. I agree. Field with Dead. Another land. Okay. This land is tapped. Tap, add colorless. Whenever this land or another land you control enters, if you control 7 or more lands, different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. I don't see it anything but landfall. Okay, so green. So green. Like, dude, it's just, it's busted in green decks where green doesn't need the help. Just turns your landfall into 2/2 zombies. It's stupid. They could ban this and I wouldn't care at all. Totally not because I don't own one, by the way. No, that's not true. It is It is just, cream of the crop tier for this. I think I agree. Well, actually, no. Because if you're not in green, you don't play this at all. Because you can't actually abuse it then. I mean, you could just throw it in any deck and it'll be good there. But it's very abusable in green. Prize pig tier. Next up, chat. Glacial Chasm. Cumulative upkeep paid to life. When Glacial Chasm enters, sacrifice a land. Creatures you control can't attack. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. So what you do, chat, is you never pay the 2 life. You willingly choose to sacrifice it, and then you replay it every turn with one of your like 13 different versions of Crucible of Worlds. Prize pig tier. Braze Cabal minion. 2 black, 2/2. On each player's upkeep, that player sacks an artifact, creature, or land their choice. It is still a game changer, but Urza's not for some reason. Yeah, because that makes sense. You're not. Most players aren't gonna choose to play a Edict piece as a game changer slot. Ripples tier. Lion's Eye Diamond. This is only playing CDH. You are not playing. It is Black Lotus, but you have to discard your hand to activate it. You're not playing this in bracket 3. Bracket banishment. It's good for combo lines, and that's it. Which you're probably not playing said combo lines in bracket 3. Get out tier. Next up, chat. Jessica's Will. Ooh. 2 in a red sorcery. Choose one. If you control a commander, you may choose both instead. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand, and or exile a top 3 cards in your library. You may play them this turn. Insane card. If you're in mono red, you play this. If you're in mono red in bracket 3, you play this. 100%. 100%. Like, this thing is insane. Even in, like, Grixis, you might play this. Like, you can net 4 mana off this thing. It is the best ritual red has. It's also card advantage. It's so good. Chat is unanimously voting cream of the crop tier. I think I agree. Cyclonic Rift. 7 mana instant. Bounce every non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Come on now. Cream tier. It is the best board wipe in the game. Mox Diamond. 0 mana artifact. If this artifact would enter, you may discard a land card instead. If you do, put this artifact onto the battlefield. If you don't, put it into its owner's graveyard. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Chrome Mox was in bad deal. Like, Chrome Mox I put in bad deal because, like, I don't think anyone's playing Moxes in bracket 3. It is Chrome Mox but worse. Chrome Mox has you exile a non-artifact, non-land card, so cards that don't make mana. Mox Diamond requires you to discard a land, a thing that makes mana, to play something that makes mana. The bottom of bad deal tier. Seedborn Muse. 3 green, 5 mana for a 2/4 spirit creature. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step. I think we can pretty safely say that this is like Ripples tier. Like, I think you need to actually build around this a lot to make it actually good. So it does untap all your lands and your creatures, so it gives your creatures vigilance essentially, and lets you cast spells on your opponent's turns if you have instant to spare, or I guess flash cards. The only deck that I could actually make this card good in was a deck where I ran every single time stop effect in the game, which is to say time stop, discontinuity, and Hercule's File Meditation. That was the only time I could make this card good, and even then, it's super easy to kill. Like, I don't think you play this outside of Simic. You know why? Because in Simic, it is the easiest to actually make this thing good because you have access to blue instants. Ripples of potential tier. Now, chat. How do we feel about Underworld Breach? 1 red for enchantment. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to a card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this enchantment. So it is Yogg's Will that is actually way better, because with Yogg's Will, the card you cast gets exiled immediately. With Breach, you can cast the same thing over and over and over again. It is so good. Like, dude, you do not need to build around this card at all. Just by playing cards, you will get enough stuff in your graveyard to spam the same spell like 3-4 times. It is so insane. Chat is understandably saying cream of the crop, and I agree. It's very stupid. This thing is one of the best combo enablers in CDH for a reason. Because it's stupid. And also costs less mana than Yawgmoth's Will for some reason. I'm not sure why. Humility? Okay. Bro, if you're running Humility in bracket 3, you might just be evil. 2 white for enchantment. All creatures lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. So every single creature you play now is a 1/1 with no text. Are you playing this in bracket 3, bro? There's no way, right? Like, okay, if you're playing, like, what is it? If you're playing Estrid the Masked, maybe, because then it doesn't affect your Planeswalker. That or, like, Elminster. Because again, it doesn't affect him. You can still buff creatures. Okay, true, but like that's not a thing people do. No one plays Humility and then says, "Ah, yes! Now that I have stuck Humility in the field, I will now cast Anthems to buff." No, that's not a no. No one does that. Isn't there a one-sided Humility for 8? Yes and no. It is one-sided, but it is only one person. It is a curse with overwhelming splendor. What a terrible night to have a curse, or day rather, since that is very clearly the sun. Ripples of potential. It's good in some decks. Intuition. This is just a second copy of Gifts Ungiven. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, man, Intuition is totally like actually like considerable card. Coalition Victory, chat. Hey, it's still a game changer for some reason. 3 white, blue, black, red, green for a sorcery. You win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color. Bad deal mentioned. I would grant them parole if I could, but sadly I do not have the powers within me to do so. Grim Monolith, 2 mana. This artifact doesn't untap during your untap step. Tap, add 3 colorless, pay 4, untap this artifact. It does have combo potential, or more potential combo-wise compared to Mana Vault, but we put Mana Vault in prize pig tier, and brackets 1 through 3 does have the combo restriction. So I think for that reason alone, doesn't that mean Grim Monolith goes in Ripples tier? I don't know what deck you're playing us in. Like, okay, you play this in Kozilek and that's it. Ancient Tomb. Ugh, land. Tap, add 2. You take 2. Now this card. I think there are a lot of decks where people will just play this because they can. It's a land that taps for 2. Every deck likes that. Every deck likes that. I'm gonna pull this. Prize pig tier. You know what, matter of fact, nah. Is it your first pick? Probably not, actually. You might want the higher card quality sometimes for a slot. Is it worth the slot, though? I think it is. Like, I've seen a lot of decks just throw it in because they can. Like, if you're in a non-green deck and you need some ways to just, you know, have a good late game, or a stronger late game with more, like, easy mana ramp, it's not bad. Also, it goes insane with crop rotation, which, again, is also a game changer, so you do get double smacked there for that, but, I mean, I think it's fine. Is it a first pick for many players? I don't think so. I feel like Ancient Tomb gets chosen more often just because, like, they don't have anything else. They're like, okay, I already spent 2 slots. I don't know what else to do. I guess throw an Ancient Tomb in here just cause. Prize pig tier. Gaia's Cradle. Hey! A legendary land. Tap, add green for each creature you control. Now chat, keep in mind, this land will tap for 0 mana if you have no creatures. That's a downside. That's a real downside. Copium. No, it's not. No, it's not. Chat's saying cream tier. Understandably so. You're in green. You're playing creatures. Wow. Who would have guessed? It's legendary, so you can't copy it. Ripples tier. Now chat, how about this one? Legendary land. Tap, add white for each enchantment you control. Much more restrictive compared to the Gaia's Cradle, I think. So I don't think Sarah's Sanctum is cream tier because you can't play this in every deck. It does go insane in Enchantress, of course, that's obvious, but outside of that, it falls off hard. So I feel like that's probably, we'll say prize pig tier. It does net you an insane amount of mana. And finally, chat, the final game changer, Bolus Citadel. 3 black, 6 mana for a legendary artifact. Hey, you can't copy it. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Tap, sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life, so you do get extra value in your aristocrat decks. Doesn't really matter though. You play this because you just get to cast a bunch of spells for free off top of your deck. And also, it lets you play lands as well. So you can just dig a little deeper naturally by happenstance. It's a very good card. Chat is unanimously saying cream tier. Can't say I blame them. All right. Well, does this list surprise you? I don't think so. Tutors and insane value plays good. Weird jank cards only good in niche decks bad. Wow! Who would have guessed? I love y'all so much. I am starving, so I am going to go eat some food. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time.